Hey everyone, welcome to Grit Tales. My name is Gautam Tulugu and thank you for watching my channel. If you haven't watched any of my previous videos, I try to bring in content related to HR, careers, life in Canada, and much more beyond that. Your journey, my story. And I know someday that it'll all turn out. Have you ever thought job hunting in Canada would be a breeze only to find out that you're caught in a whirlwind of unexpected challenges? So let's dive into the real deal and see how your job search expectations measure up the reality in Canada. So, spoiler alert, it might not be as easy as you think. Did you know that 47% of job seekers in Canada believe they will land a job within 3 months? But the reality is that it takes much more longer. That's right. So, while the job market here can seem pretty promising, the journey to find the right role can be a little more complex. Gearing up to start your job search in Canada, and you might be thinking this is going to be a walk in the park with tales of a thriving job market, high living standards, and a stellar work-life balance. It sounds like the perfect scenario, but here's a reality check. It can be quite different. Your expectation may be you will find a high-paying job with great benefits and a flexible schedule right away after landing into this country. But the reality is the Canadian job market is pretty competitive. Salaries might not always match your expectations, and many employers would ask you for your Canadian experience for a very valid reason. And I'll talk more about this in upcoming videos as why they ask about Canadian experience. As immigrants or coming from a different country, are we really meeting those expectations or not? That's a different topic for another day. But yes, so some of the roles certainly need some bit of a Canadian experience, which can be a real challenge for somebody who have landed into this country afresh. So you might also think there are job opportunities everywhere in every province or any city. While Canada's economy is growing, of course, it's not as overflowing with openings as you might think. So you will face stiff competition because a lot of people have been coming and have already come in, and you have to compete against the citizens, the permanent residents, and who might already be here as work permit holders. So the landing, irrespective of whatever the status that you're coming into, more likely if you're a permanent resident, it's not going to be easy that you will land into a job as soon as you come into one of the provinces. And there's a belief that you will land a job in just a few weeks or months. The truth, it can take probably several months or even up to a year to find the right fit. So here, it's pretty important thing which is crucial is networking. It's not just about sending out resumes and hoping for the best outcome to happen, but you need to actually actively engage, attend some of the job fairs. Treat the job fairs as networking events, not necessarily you walk into a job fair and you would come out with a job offer letter, but that's not what happens typically. But yeah, so it would be a leverage if you could do it as or see it as a networking event. And some of the industry events that happen probably in the industry domain that you operate in. So find some of those events which will be great and helpful for you, and networking sessions that happen specifically for kind of experience that you are into. And build those relationships using those events, so make those connections, which would be very key for you to get into foot in the door. Adapting to Canadian work culture is another hurdle, and especially if you're coming from a background where hierarchies are very strict or communication is direct. In Canada, things are often more informal setting kind of a thing, or indirect communication that happens typically in a lot of organizations. Being flexible and open-minded is very essential for your success and growth in this country or in the organizations that operate in Canada, of course. And I have seen this firsthand. A friend of mine with an engineering degree and a lot of experience that he has from his home country, she couldn't find a job as soon as she landed in Canada. It took about a year for that person to get a job in the design field. She had to take internships, she had to volunteer, even had to work part-time to get into her field. First job wasn't exactly what she had hoped for, but through strong will and the continuous networking events that she was able to attend, she eventually landed a role she's passionate about in exactly the domain that she has experience or expertise from the past years. So this journey is a reminder of the value of persistence and the adaptability that you display when these kind of hurdles keep coming your way. So job hunting in Canada can be pretty challenging, but I would say it's not impossible. So the key is to keep your expectations pretty realistic and stay adaptable. That's more important. So keep refining your skill set, keep reworking on some of the new technologies or upgrading yourself. Upskilling and reskilling is so important. And network and apply for some of the jobs which are highly suitable and desirable for your experience and expertise. And ultimately, I'm sure one day you will find the right opportunity. So this sounds pretty basic, but this is the basic stuff a lot of people, a lot of new immigrants miss out on. They think that, okay, I bring a wealth of experience, I bring a years of experience from my home country, so why I am not getting the job. So they lack these basic steps. So that's why I'm trying to re-emphasize on all these elements. So thanks for watching, and I would like to hear any of your comments that you may have or any of your experiences that you would like to share. Put it up in the comments and I will be responding to those as well. And thank you for watching Grit Tales, and I'll bring in more of these authentic content.